Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Indigenous Project, coming to you in 3D. How do you like the natural lighting? How do you like this? Natural lighting. My word for the week is idiopathy. What does idiopathy mean? It refers to a condition that they don't know what it is. And that's what my daughter had last weekend. She was at the hospital. She showed signs that said that either she had maybe a brain tumor or meningitis. They did all kinds of tests. They did a CT scan and they did a spinal tap. This was at the Downey Medical Clinic in Downey, California, and everyone there was absolutely awesome. And I hope I never see them again because the whole thing was pretty frightening. But my daughter's okay. They said she has a idiopathic condition, which means they don't know. She would not open her eyes for the ophthalmologist until I played Where's My Water on my Galaxy Nexus, and I moved it back and forth in front of her, or actually the ophthalmologist did. And she opened her eyes and followed it, and that's when we saw that she had a problem there. Video games, I have another reason to love you. You helped make my daughter's diagnosis possible, so thank you very much. Even though the diagnosis was, we don't know what it is. I just flew past the 100th episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, a momentous occasion in anyone's life, I'm sure. And I still have a life, so don't go thinking that all I do is watch Buffy. What else is going on? The tablet wars there's wars, and they involve tablets, are really heating up. Google has their own tablet. Microsoft coming out with their own tablet. And of course, Apple has the iPad. So we'll see who becomes the dominant tablet company. This is like the new big three for America. Back in the old days, it was GM, Chrysler, and Ford in the car industry. Of course, Apple and Microsoft have never really liked each other. So which one do I prefer? Well, that's pretty easy. The iPad's the only one that exists. At the moment, Google and Microsoft's pads do not exist. I like that Google and Microsoft are announcing these things before they even have the product. I'm not sure exactly what that accomplishes. Hey, I'm going to be doing this eventually. Look out, you're in trouble now, Apple, because we're going to do something, and we want attention too. That's kind of what this is. They're like, we want attention too. We also have tablets that are coming out eventually. I'm betting on the iPad. This is the latest. I watched a show on Ideo, a company up in Palo Alto that does design, and it was a very cool little 3 10-minute chunks on YouTube. A few points I got out of there. You got to hire people who don't listen to you. That's awesome. I like that because I don't listen to anyone, so please hire me. There's no hierarchy in their creative process. They have a bunch of room full of people, and each one offers their own ideas, and they put it on the wall, and they vote on their favorite ideas. So it's kind of democratic too. But I like that idea. I hate working in creative processes where one person just says, no, bad idea, that idea sucks. What else happened this week? I was over at UC Riverside where they have a summer immersion program for Native American high school students. Myself and Shoshone were conducting a few different workshops on time management, on wellness and healing. And Shoshone led the one in particular on goal setting, which was pretty awesome because I was still kind of out of it from the whole thing with the peanut over the weekend. So she did this presentation on what I would call holistic goal setting. So it's setting goals for yourself, and it covers the various points of your life, your mental state, your physical state, your material situation. There were like 4 or 5 other categories. Anyway, it was very cool, so I'm trying to incorporate that in my life. And let me tell you, I did it this week, and my weekly goals, I freaking missed most of them. What else happened this week? Atari turned 40 years old. Holy crap, do I feel old. At least I'm not as old as Atari. It was interesting. They originally hired Steve Jobs and Bill Gates. They fired Bill Gates. Yeah, why would you keep that guy around? Combat was my favorite game, along with Yar's Revenge. That was another awesome one. But I loved Combat because of all the variety of games where you had a tank that could shoot something, and sometimes it would go through the wall or it would bounce. And you also could fly planes. So you had both land combat and air combat. It was variety like crazy. Pitfall was another game that I sucked at, but it was kind of fun. It was cool. Anyway, congratulations Atari on turning 40. You aged great. Louis C.K. has done it again. You know, earlier this year he sold his comedy special. You could download it from his website directly. In 2 days this week, he sold $4.5 million in tickets for his upcoming comedy tour. So here's the deal. He bypassed Ticketmaster, which is one of the most wonderful, awesome companies in the world. This basically just demonstrates what a sham Ticketmaster is. That here he is. Hey, just buy it from me directly. You don't have to pay a friggin' $10 convenience charge. Given where technology is right now, how is it possible that Ticketmaster still exists? And of course, what would my vlog be without talking about a garden? Last week, before I had to rush over to the hospital, I was visiting the Peace Garden in Long Beach, California. There was a pretty awesome lady there dressed as a bumblebee. There was another dude there who's a horticulturalist. He gave me a grand tour of their little facility there. They had a series of raised gardens, as you can see in the pictures. They're doing a giveaway of green bean saplings for the kids there. That was really cool. So pretty awesome. Hey, let's hear it for networking and getting out and talking to people, which I've never done much of my entire life, and I'm really starting to see that I've been missing out of by being this little shy nerd in my shell. So coming out of my shell and loving it. The U.S. Supreme Court ruled in favor of Obamacare, which I think is pretty awesome. So if this ruling means that more comedians will have health insurance, then yay. And yay to John Roberts. He proved that just because you're an ideologue, that doesn't mean you're a rubber stamping robot. I lost a good friend and comedian to cancer about 5 years ago. Maybe if he had insurance, he would have gone in for early treatment and still be alive today. This is my favorite quote. This comes from Erin Gloria Ryan from Jezebel.com. Roberts is the Severus Snape of the Supreme Court. I love it, a Harry Potter reference. So good for you, John Roberts. So hey folks, hope you guys have a great weekend. I have a show coming up next Tuesday, July 3rd at Flappers Comedy Club in Burbank at 10 p.m. Contact Flappers if you want more information about that. flapperscomedy.com. Should be a great show, some other outstanding comedians in that lineup. Exciting news for the Indigenerd Project. I met with a gal from First Nations Experience, which is a brand new Native American television channel, FNX. Check that out, Google it, read about it. Anyway, she had some great advice about the Indigenerd Project, and she really likes the idea of me going around interviewing Native American nerd engineers and scientists, finding out what they're doing, the cool projects they're working on, and reporting it back to you all in a regular weekly series format. FNX is also possibly interested in producing a live comedy special for another Indian uprising. So big happy day. I'm excited about that. Hopefully when she gets back to her people, they like these ideas and we can move forward with it. 4th of July is coming up, so hey folks, have fun with your fireworks, but please be careful. Go easy on the bottle rocket wars. I never understood that as a kid. And as an adult, I understand it even less. But anyway, have a good weekend, everybody.